Hi last watchers, this is the Philosopher from Nordgreen. It's the second watch from the brand to appear on the channel. I reviewed their Pioneer chronograph back in March 2020. You can check out that review by using the link at the top of your screen. The Philosopher has been sent to me free of charge, but that won't affect today's review. Nordgreen can best be described as a fashion and lifestyle brand with a social and environmental conscience, which I think is a fair summation of their watch designs and ethics, as customers of the brand are empowered to take part in their Giving Back programme, where a portion of the watch's cost is donated to one of the many charities and causes they support. You can learn more about that programme and the brand with the aforementioned link. Let's have a look at the Philosopher, starting with its dimensions. It has a diameter of 40.5mm at the base, which narrows to 39.5mm at the case top. Nordgreen seem to have split the difference and called this a 40mm watch. The case thickness is a rather svelte 7.8mm, possibly the thinnest watch I've had on the channel. Spoiler alert, the Philosopher is a Quartz. The lug width is 19.7mm, you can round that up to 20. The barely there lugs mean that the lug to lug length of 39.4mm is actually shorter than the case diameter. I'm not entirely sure how that is even possible. Sized for my 7-inch wrist and -1 solitary link, the case and bracelet weighs in at only 96 grams. You might forget that you're wearing this one. The Philosopher has an all stainless steel case, which has horizontal brushing on its side and vertical brushing on its rear. Yes, that rear is part of the case, not the case back. You'll note the narrow brush stilted lugs that protrude from the case, which give it a coffee table design. To add some definition, the lugs have been polished on their upper surface as they leave the case. They're almost invisible. There is a modest brushed pull-out crimped edge crown, decorated with the Nordgreen logo. It sits precariously low on the case. Your wrist should provide some protection. As mentioned, the base of the case is slightly wider than its face. Nordgreen have called this a conical design that draws your eye to the dial. I'm not sure that I would agree, but what does catch my eye is the mirror polished slim rim, a rare highlight on the watch. Unlike the range-topping Pioneer that benefits from sapphire glass, the crystal on the Philosopher fell short with my diamond tester. I can only assume that it's a mineral glass, as the Nordgreen website doesn't even specify that the watch has a crystal. Below the crystal we have a broad balled black chapter ring that slopes towards the dial. It has applied slim brushed silver batons for the hour or 5-minute markers and printed white indices for the minutes and seconds. The chapter ring surrounds a rather barren matte black dial. If you like minimalism, then this is the watch for you. The dial is a desolate landscape with a solitary white printed Nordgreen leaf logo below the 12 o'clock position. It's underlined with the Nordgreen name and a second line of text, Copenhagen, the base of operations for the brand. The only other thing on the dial is a bevel-edged cut-out date window with negative date display that shows white Arabics on a black date wheel. A standard white date wheel would have killed the balance and been a little jarring on this empty dial. The handset on the Philosopher are a simple duo. They are a polished silver palette knife design and nothing to get excited about. Their legibility is questionable as they can easily disappear under less than favourable light. Not so the second hand. The second hand is described by Nordgreen as asymmetric. Its shape is very reminiscent of a well-used boning knife. It has a brushed metal finish with an orange tip that is said to cut through time. Personally, I would have orientated this hand with its blade facing the direction of travel, and given its cutting metaphor, painted the tip blood red. The ticking of the seconds hand is slightly off on almost every baton and indice around the chapter ring. I'm not sure if this poor alignment is down to the movement within or the asymmetric design. The rear of the watch has a snap-on case back. With a keen eye you can just about make out a little lip that allows its removal. The case back is highly polished, and I'm pleased to see that it's been installed with the engraved text and design in perfect horizontal alignment between the lugs. Now I could have asked Nordgreen about the design on their case back, but I decided to let my imagination run wild. My free spirit sees the land rise up to meet the sky, with lakes and mountains in between. After all, Nordgreen are all about sustainability and building a better world. However, turning the case back clockwise seems to reveal an hourglass design and the sands of time. Please share your thoughts and tell me what you see. The upper part of the case back has the Nordgreen and Copenhagen branding. The lower part is signed Christopher. I love a challenge, so I did some digging on the Nordgreen website. Christopher Lund Nissen is a Danish pop star. Sorry if I'm underselling his talents here. Christopher is a Nordgreen ambassador. His collaboration with the philosopher will benefit the charity World Child Cancer. That's their logo above Christopher's signature. Every watch sold provides a round of chemotherapy for a child in need in a developing country. The outer rim of the caseback is engraved with some details about the watch, its stainless steel construction, serial number, its water resistance to 3 atmospheres. That's 30 meters or 100 feet to you watch newbies, which is okay for a dress watch. Then there's the design location in Denmark. Nordgreen are very proud to point out that their watches are designed by their chief designer, Jacob Wagner, a man that has collaborated with the likes of Bang & Olufsen, Alessi and Moroso. They are also very open about where their watches are manufactured. China. Another easy search on their website leads to a chapter on working conditions, which highlights that all Nordgreen products are manufactured in a Danish-owned watch factory in China, and that the facility has excellent working conditions based on Danish labour practices. Last detail on the caseback, a Japanese movement. There were a few hints along the way. The slim case and an offset ticking seconds hand both point to the fact that the Philosopher is a quartz watch. You won't be finding a Seiko NH35 or a Miyota 9 series inside this thin case. To ward off any copyright issues with Rolex, the stainless steel bracelet on the Philosopher is described simply as a 5-link strap. I will risk saying that it bears a passing resemblance to a Jubilee, with polished inner links protected by brushed outer. It starts at the 20mm lugs, with end links that are attached with quick release double ball action spring bars. I would have preferred fitted end links, but they would have been a marvellous feat of engineering on these dainty lugs. Although the links have great articulation, there is some stiffness with the end links, not unusual on a new bracelet. The bracelet tapers to 18mm at a Nordgreen signed double push button release, which reveals a rather basic pressed metal deployant. The links are held together with split pins. There is a complete lack of micro adjustment, but as the links are so small, you should hit lucky and get a reasonable fit. The slim case and tiny lugs make for a very comfortable wear, and although I have the bracelet a little loose, I find that the watch has a magnetic hold and seems to hug my wrist. The Philosopher starts at £154, €164 or $199, which isn't particularly cheap for a Northrills quartz watch. It's available in 2 case sizes, 36 and 40mm, 2 dial colours, black and white, though it would appear that the website is currently only showing white dial options. A choice of 4 case finishes, stainless steel, rose gold, gunmetal and gold, and a multitude of straps and bracelet options. This Philosopher 5-link is £179, €209 or $244. It came in slimline, eco-friendly, sustainable cardboard packaging with extra links and room for an extra strap, as Nordgreen like to do bundles. All of Nordgreen's watches come with a 14-day returns policy and a 2-year warranty, and details on their Giving Back programme. When it comes to green credentials, Nordgreen are a brand fit for the 21st century, with sustainable eco-friendly initiatives that should be applauded, but it feels like their watches are only a means to an end, their design and specification somewhat secondary to the goal of fundraising to build a better world. In the 2 years since my last review, Nordgreen have introduced one more line, the Unica, a ladies' watch, and some new colour options for their Pioneer, but little else. I would have hoped to have seen some more watches from a watch brand. If you're the benevolent type on a limited budget, Looking for a grab-and-go quartz with minimalist design, then the Philosopher might be everything you want and need in a watch. Provided, of course, that you don't mind the minimal water resistance, generic fashion brand looks, and the offset seconds hand. Personally, I might be tempted to look at similarly priced eco-friendly watches from the likes of Citizen and Casio and consider making a donation to a charity of my choice. Feel free to share your thoughts on the Philosopher, and if you think Nordgreen do a fantastic job of balancing their support for global initiatives with their role in watch design and production. I'll add a link to the Nordgreen website in the video description below and look forward to reading your comments. If you enjoyed today's review, then please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.